Do you like music? What about rock? Think about some of the rock bands you like from the last 15 years. Some of these bands may not be enjoyed today if it wasn't for the Strokes. Even for currently popular artists, they can be a big inspiration.
I think I was always trying to kind of get a Strokes vocal tone.
I just wanted to be one of the Strokes.
In the midst of the 90s, new metal was getting stronger than ever, leaving rock behind as a genre. The American rock band The Strokes released their debut album, Is This It?, in 2001, which gave hope to the genre's enjoyers that rock is very much alive and ever-changing. It was the perfect album at the right time. You could say they introduced a new era of guitar-based music, which led to the indie rock scene. The band appeared in magazines, TV, and radio shows.
Here's your iPod so you can listen to the Streaks while you gasp for air. Oh, the Strokes, right.
Hey, Ryan, do you have any music I could borrow?
What kind do you like?
Everything really. I love it all. I love music.
Do you like hip-hop? Do you like indie rock?
Yes, I love both of those so much. A lot of them.
Okay. Do you like the Strokes?
Mm-hmm.
The sudden success of their debut album was a blessing and a curse in one.
I'd love nothing more. How you doing? You got that camera, man. That camera's intimidating, I gotta tell you.
The fame came with high expectations. Their new releases were constantly compared to their groundbreaking debut album. What really happened there? Let's go back to the beginning. Vocalist and frontman of the band, Julian Casablancas met the bassist Nikolai Frater at school in New York. He met guitarist Albert Hammond Jr. at a boarding school in Switzerland. And when he moved back to New York, he met guitarist Nick Valenci and drummer Fabrizio Moretti. They all liked the name idea, The Strokes. And there you go, the band was born. The recording of their debut album didn't go as smoothly as it sounds. The first recording was completely scrapped because Julian thought it sounded too clean. They started over with a new producer. When their label RCA heard the finished version, they said it sounded underproduced and noisy. Also, Is This It's cover was considered too out there or risky to sell in US shops, so it was changed to an alternate cover. In addition, it had a song called New York City Cops, which could have been offensive following the events of 9/11, so they switched it out for a new song. Despite all of this, the album was a huge success and it sold millions of copies, making it one of the best rock albums in the 21st century. The harshest critics praised the hell out of it. It's no wonder it wasn't easy to follow this with new releases. In 2003, they released a new album with a similar nostalgic feel as their first one, Room on Fire, which was initially, incorrectly may I add, considered a mistake. It was met with middling reviews and a 50% decline all across markets. At that time, bands similar to The Strokes appeared to be moving on an upward trajectory, while The Strokes were slowly sinking. The band seemed disillusioned and worried. They didn't understand what went wrong. The Strokes took some time off before coming together again to work on their third album.
Don't want to let people down.
They enlisted a new producer to switch things up and undo whatever went wrong with Room on Fire. Drummer Fabrizio Moretti said in a 26 Spin interview, "This is like our second album. It's our chance to be born again." Guitarist Nick Valenci also shared their ambitions regarding the making of Room on Fire. There were many conversations along the lines of, "I think our songs are better than Mr. Brightside by the Killers. We could be that big." That sort of ambition from the Strokes wasn't unreasonable. Without them, there would probably be no Killers either. In a 2011 Stereogum interview, Alex Turner, the guy who really wanted to be one of the Strokes, touched on how influential the Strokes were to them and how his band, Arctic Monkeys, may not have come to existence if it wasn't for them. To be honest, the Strokes were really a big deal for us. That was a gateway to a lot of other music for me. There's always that one band that comes along when you're 14 or 15 years old that manages to hit you just the right way and changes your whole perception of things. I don't know what band is doing that for kids right now. Going back to the third album, First Impressions of Earth, thank God this album wasn't their actual first impression on Earth. You'll get what I mean. Some of the songs reflected the dark period they've gone through, dealing with addiction to alcohol and smoking, losing people. Despite the transparency in the lyricism, the album wasn't well received. First of all, First Impressions' first single, Juicebox, was leaked. Here are some of the Serogam readers' comments on it.
Ooh, I don't know. Hanging out with this fan right here, and yeah,
So you got a fan.
yeah, I have one at least.
They kinda hated it. But then another track got leaked, You Only Live Once, which was a bit of a relief to a lot of fans. One commenter in particular said, I almost wonder if someone at the label was like, fuck, who leaked the shitty song and put this one out to neutralize it? Ouch. And then 15 Minutes of Pain was the third song to get leaked. Someone was up to something at that label. The song was said to be the worst Strokes song ever.
Film mine, for it shall go in. Oh yes, it shall.
Shot.
No!
Later, the fifth song got leaked too, and then the whole album. Let's just stop talking about this. After this album, they took a nearly 6-year hiatus. It probably didn't hurt after this.
Be a coconut. God is trying to talk to you.
The next time the band came out with anything, it was in 2011. They released an album called Angles. By this time, the band members grew apart, and Julian even recorded his parts in a separate room.
When I think about you,
Later, Calm Down Machine was said to be made out of necessity to complete their 5-year record contract with record label RCA. The album wasn't promoted in any way. Despite the circumstances, it still had hits like One Way Trigger, for example. The future of the band remained unclear. Was that really it? Is this it? Is he? You see what I did there? They did release a song in 2016, but nothing else was really on the horizon until 2019. Oh well, nearly 10 years later, after their last full-length album, in 2020, the Strokes came back stronger and better than ever, with a new album called The New Abnormal, with Basquiat's stunning visuals on the cover. Before reconciling, the members took time apart to pursue side projects. When they felt ready to be back, they started working with the legendary producer Rick Rubin, who has worked with very successful artists in the past. He introduced an idea to spice up the Strokes' indie rock style with new wave and synth pop sounds. The New Abnormal received positive reviews from critics, particularly praising Julian's lyrics, as well as the band's improved sense of musical cohesion. The album reached number 1 in Scotland and top 10 in 6 other countries, including the US and UK. It also won the Grammy Award for Best Rock Album at the 23rd Annual Grammy Awards in 2021, the band's first nomination and win.
It's cutting out. Who won? Yeah. Did we win?
You guys won. Yeah.
The band members are on good terms again, and they even started a podcast together.
Yeah, man.
So what do you guys want to talk about?
The rise and fall of
fans.
humanity.
What's that?
Their journey had ups and downs, but they managed to stick together and create unique music for old and new fans too. And they are still going strong, unafraid of what's to come. What can I say? This is the new abnormal.
Did you break the Zoom, Nikolai?
Here you go, Albert. I broke it, and you guys are gonna pick.
You ready? Oh, yeah. Nikolai broke the zone. When did you guys start dating?
Such a funny question.
Take a picture of us after the game.
Okay.